They're sealing something terrifying. You won't believe what happens. A girl with braces smiles at the camera, a volleyball pin in her hair, while a boy behind her looks anxious and worried. Then the scene shifts to a long, destroyed hallway with lockers ripped open and debris scattered everywhere. As a gap runs down the center of the tiled floor, a lone figure sits amidst the destruction, seeming lost and small within the wreckage of what appears to be a school. He is sitting on the floor, amidst the ruins, next to an in memoriam display, his face a mask of anguish as tears stream down his face. He looks up to see a portrait, a smiling woman. The sign reads, Cal Lawson, MVP, 1996. Then he rises and spots the gym through a gaping hole in the wall where a figure stands frozen in time. With a look of rising panic, he tears at his shirt, revealing a long vertical scar down his chest. He stands in the wreckage, clutching the torn fabric of his shirt. Continuing through the trashed hallway, he makes his way to the exit, then peers into the gymnasium, where only the color red remains. The sports equipment stands out in stark contrast to the monochromatic surroundings, a vivid reminder of what once was. Emerging from the gym, he finds himself back in the hallway, now confronted with even more destruction. Just then, a figure approaches, a girl named Tabby. "I have your glasses," she says softly. He looks at her, relieved. Thank you." As he puts them on, everything sharpens into focus. "Did it work?" Tabby asks, and he replies, I think it worked." John is seen nearby and reacts with relief. He is taken aback by the scene. I mean, there's a lot of broken stuff back there, but, you know. The scene shifts to the town itself, which is just as ravaged as the school. Bright red gashes mark buildings. The devastation continues inside a building as well, where a body lies amidst fallen debris. The scene then zooms in on the corpse, its face marred with decay, lying still beneath the rubble. God was spray-painted in bold red. The boy and Tabby stand in the ravaged town square, rain pouring down as they look ahead to the church, with the word "no" appearing in a speech bubble above their heads. Bright red scars and destruction mark the surroundings, emphasizing the dire situation. And then, in bold red letters, the word "Thursday" appears below. The boy is distraught, muttering, "Oh my God, Jesus, no, no, no." Overcome with despair, he wonders aloud, "Why is this happening to me?" Tabby, ever hopeful, says, "I'm just trying to be good." The boy responds, incredulous, "Tabby, it's impossible, it's just—" His glasses fall from his face and he slides to the ground. John appears in the background, somber and weary. It's happening to all of us. Now, it's been a long night. He turns to Tabby, "Let's go." We see them walking, their footsteps echoing as they approach a door. Tabby swipes her ID and opens it. John says, "Okay, let's get up to the lab." Tabby adds, "I've got something dry for you to wear." Back inside, the boy looks shaken. Tabby, I'm sorry I lost it." Udemons. I'm just..." Then Tabby interjects, comforting him with a hug. And John, deeply affected, whispers, "You're my best friend. You can't give up." After shoving the door open, Tabby grabs a lab coat and hands it to the boy, saying, "Here you go." He looks around, disoriented. "Tabby, what hap?" But John cuts him off. He looks around. "Oh Jesus, did I come here?" Tabby, rummaging through papers, says, "No, I've been trying to figure stuff out. I guess I figured pretty hard." John replies, "Okay, here we go." Turning to the boy, John says, "It's a mess in here. Come on." The boy stutters, but ignores him. "Hip was gone when I got back from dropping you off. He was shit-faced and he just ran off into the night. Lead orientations. Back to his shack." Finally, looking grave, John says he has some fool idea that his little bunker under there is the only safe place in the whole town. And I don't know. The trio gathers in a large, sparsely furnished room. John declares, "Okay, this is what I've got." He starts, "We've been trying to trap this thing, right? But that doesn't work. I think we're thinking about it wrong." The boy interjects, "Maybe he's right." John continues, "I think we need to weaken it." Tabby asks, "Weaken it?" John pauses, then insists, "Yeah, there's got to be something, right? Something that makes it weaker, vulnerable." John starts, "Well, I know what makes it strong." Tabby asks, "What?" John explains, apparently anything I do to avoid hurting people, every time I try to be good, it's like steroids for evil entities or whatever. Tabby dismisses him. Okay, I know that's where you've landed on this, but just... John instructs her to look at an old newspaper article that mentions there was a collapse at the mine. John explains, the company that runs it, I guess they got to the newspaper, and so the article mostly just reads like it was a regular accident except for this one line. Tabby reads more and explains, the company had that section of the mine sealed up by Sunday morning. Tabby then states, but I think something got out, an infection. John responds dismissively, Tabby, I told you it's not. John insists, okay, but that's not what's important. Tabby says, until the accident, it was contained. John replies, oh, wow. Tabby gestures toward the computer screen and says, copper, iron. John responds, exactly. Iron is deadly to evil creatures. That makes perfect sense. John continues, you know what? We're saying the same thing here. If we can get you down into that sealed area and close it off, we can contain this thing. Don't you think? Tabby says, oh, okay, sure, but... John interrupts, no, John, copper. It's a natural antibacterial substance that... Then John sighs confused, like... John looks toward Tabby expectantly. Then what? An older gentleman dressed in a lab coat confronts them at the door. Ms. Stevens, what are you doing here? Everyone's supposed to be out of the building until the all clear. Tabby responds nervously, I know, sir. I'm just picking up the last couple things. The older man asks, suspicious. And who's this guy? He's definitely not supposed to be here. Tabby responds, this is my friend John. I think I've mentioned. Who is during this smashin'? The older man replies, unconvinced. He hesitates, then resignedly says, right. Tabby says, got it. He says, okay, well, we're going to lock this place down for the big sweep, so finish up quick. Tabby asks, you ready to go? John replies, it's going to take us a while to walk there. The boy says, we're not going to take your car? It's raining pretty hard. John says, no, afraid not. I parked in the wrong place. Tabby asks, what? Where? John replies, well, Jonathan, between you and wherever you were going. Then they are seen exiting the building into the downpour. As they navigate through the rain-soaked, debris-filled streets, John, ever concerned, asks Jonathan, do you want to go by your house, bring some food or something? But Jonathan waves off the suggestion, replying softly, no, it's okay, I'm not hungry at all. They approach a gate with the words Chimera Mining Co. scrawled across a rusted sign. Overcome with emotion, Jonathan says, okay, hold up, I just need to rest for a second. He leans against a tree, his breath coming in ragged gasps. Seeing his distress, Tabby asks, you okay? Jonathan, shaken, responds, yeah, hey, I'm a murderer. John says, listen, you're not. Jonathan interrupts, I am. How could I not be? John tries to comfort him. Okay, well, listen, I don't know if it makes you feel any better, but, Hip has a theory about it. Tabby interjects. Hip does? John responds, yeah, it's like, John explains. He says God is cleansing the earth, like smiting the unworthy, leaving the righteous to rule in the aftermath, sparing the innocent. Visibly disturbed, Jonathan replies, Jesus, that's not comforting at all. Tabby says, I don't know. He was pretty drunk when he said it. John says, oh, but he said the reason is because this town sucks. Just thinning out the herd? Is that how he sees God? Tabby says, sorry. John, looking thoughtful, says, I know, it wasn't that funny at the time, but He holds his hand out to Jonathan. Okay, Klon, let's go. Approaching the mine entrance, John states, I got the map of the mine, so the chamber we want is deep inside. That tunnel there. Jonathan stutters, his voice barely a whisper. Oh, Tabby, can I ask you a favor? What? Asks, what? Jonathan responds, it's just, this is a place I was at before. It's really bad, and see, can you close your eyes for this part? She nods, yeah, of course. John says, John, I'm just going to see it anyway when I come back up. Tabby responds, I know. Jonathan pleads, just please. I can't bear to have you look at me that way. John replies, okay. As they enter the mine, John guides Tabby this way, big step. Further in, John instructs, over to your right. Keep going straight. Tears stream down Jonathan's face, his eyes reflecting the trauma of the mine. He looks in agony. Reaching a barricaded doorway with a sign that says, "Do not enter," Jonathan tells Tabby, "Okay, you can open them." With a surge of determination, Tabby rips off the boards and he slides the gate to the side. As the gate opens and they enter, Tabby looks apprehensive, saying, "Okay." After a moment, inside of the doorway, Jonathan says, "Okay." Entering the mine, Jonathan is frozen. The mine is completely red. John asks, looking around, "You there? What do you see?" Jonathan shivers, stating, "It's really dark. I can hardly see anything." "You?" On the ground, John hits his leg on a rock. "Ow?" He asks, "Do you think this is going to work?" I don't know. It seems like it, but..." Jonathan, now right next to Tabby, states, "Come on, Tabby. You're the smartest person I know." Tabby sniffs, presses a button, and says, "Then yeah, it's gonna work." John insists, "Yeah, it's gonna work. Still, get somewhere safe, okay?" Either replies, "Okay," and then the words, "End of chapter 5."